Hey, what's up, guys? So let's have a conversation. Agabus, was he a false prophet? This is a crazy conversation, but it's something that gets thrown around, I hear from time to time, that Agabus in Acts 21 gave a prophecy that didn't happen. So let's just read it. And after the number of days, a prophet named Agabus came from Judah, coming over to us. He took Paul's belt, tied his own hands with his feet, and says, the Holy Spirit says, in this way, the Jewish leaders in Jerusalem will bind the owner of this belt, and he will be handed over to the Gentiles. Okay? Some people say that prophecy didn't happen because Paul figuratively and literally did not have his hands tied. But he was handed over. The Jews, the Pharisees, handed him over to the Gentiles and imprisoned him. And so here's the reality. It did happen. He was handed over, and he was to the Gentiles and was jailed and ultimately murdered. So the question is not, is Agabus a false prophet? The question really becomes about, how do you interpret prophecy that's not literal and that requires interpretation? And that's the conversation. You can go back into Jeremiah. There's some context. There's some stuff that goes back into Jeremiah. Craig Keener's got some really good teachings. He's got like a 4,000-page Acts commentary, and it's way too much detail for me to really go into. But basically, everybody concludes that it was a reference to the Old Testament, and it was that he would be arrested when he went to Jerusalem, and he would be martyred. So, yes, it did happen. And, the argument, Jack Deere and others have made the argument that it didn't happen, and so we don't have to be 100% accurate with prophecy, and it's okay to miss God and all that bizarreness. It did happen. He was an accurate prophet, and he did not give a false prophecy. So, no, you don't get to use this as an excuse so when you tell someone God said and he really didn't say, you can go, oh, but what about Agabus? No, you don't get to do that. That's just not there. It's let me say this: prophets should be 100% accurate. Okay, they should be completely accurate to every syllable. Okay, I notice I'm saying should. Okay, now, yeah, I believe you can, like Agabus, he got the prophecy right, but some of the details were a little hard to understand even today, because he was talking in parables, basically. Okay, so if the message must be accurate, if it's from the Lord, it must happen, or it must whatever. Now, I'm not one of the people that goes and, well, let's check every little thing. If you get the message right and you miss it on a couple details, I'm good. Okay? Let's work on that. Next time, let's get all the details right. But if you get the overarching message, I'm cool with it. So this is what I want to say. But no, Agabus was not a false prophet. And it is not, you cannot use that passage as an excuse for being lazy with prophecy and saying you can miss as many words as you want. It doesn't matter. Well, Agabus missed some. No, he didn't. Okay. So that's it. I'm out of here. See ya.